Hey y'all, I'm Tess Holiday and welcome to my slumber party. Each week I'm going to introduce you to folks who are making the world a better place. So put on your pajamas, grab a snack, and let's change the world from our bedroom. Hey y'all, welcome to Tess's slumber party. I'm so happy to have y'all hanging out with me today. My guest today is Nadia Abulasan, who is one of my best friends in the entire world. Welcome to my slumber party, Nadia.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Nadia is a model, designer, queen of thigh-high boots. You heard it here first. And a literal powerhouse. I've grown up with her in the industry for nearly a decade, and I am thrilled to have her hanging out with me today.
It's been a long time.
How long have we been friends?
Did we meet in 2014? 2015?
2015. No, it was not because why are you being a clown right now?
I don't know. Wait.
No,
my timelines?
No, because I was like, that would mean that you met me a year before I got pregnant with Bowie. You met me in 2012.
Wow. That's a
Wow.
big difference.
Wow.
My timelines. So I really enjoy forgetting my whole entire past so I can deal with my future.
I mean, that's probably why you're a powerhouse, because you're like, oh no, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
nope.
that never happened.
Adversity? Who's she? I can't relate. I'm just going to jump into the week that I have had. I feel like last week just felt long.
It's been a long year, not just week.
We're how many weeks into 2021? So what I guess I wanted to vent about is because, as you know, and my listeners are finding out, I am dating.
Love to see it.
I just want to know why straight men are so bad at texting. And I just want to know if you and Junior have dealt with this, because I know that this person likes me. I'm not used to dating cis men again. So I'm getting used to that. Mm-hmm. And I'm just I know you like me. I know, is this a challenge from the universe that I need to harness my inner being? Not, because when we talk, he's like, hey, babe. And I'm like,
it's entirely
I
different.
haven't talked to you in 12 hours.
I know. It's bad. Junior was horrible with texting in the beginning.
Okay, great.
For the first year and a half.
Okay, great.
Plus we were living long distance.
Yes.
So I was like, you're horrible at communicating. But we get on Skype. He didn't have. Don't judge him. He had an Android back then.
Listen, I'm glad that he has since seen the light.
I've crossed over. I've made him cross over.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then he was horrible at texting.
Okay.
But when we get on Skype, we'd be on the phone for 3 hours straight.
Skype.
Listen, I swear, don't. Well, back then before Zoom, people had to actually get on Skype for work.
Because you couldn't FaceTime.
Yeah. Couldn't FaceTime him.
That honestly makes me feel better. There's some solidarity, because I've been this person is so great. Mm-hmm. Even though I've promised that we're not in a relationship, obviously, very new, but I have discussed with this person that I'm not going to mm-hmm. talk about. They don't want to be in this.
It took me almost a year to talk about Junior online. I had him there for 10 months.
And listen, Junior is Nadia's partner of, how long have you guys been together?
It's been 5.5
weeks
years.
Since you looked at me.
5 weeks. I don't know why. It's been 5.5 years.
That's crazy.
It's been a long time.
So Junior is Nadia's partner of 5.5 years, who is a cis man, but we are a Junior fan club.
Everybody loves Junior.
Everyone. It's impossible.
I think people love Junior more than me, and I'm totally fine with that.
They do.
Love that.
Speaking of loving and also loathing, this past week was hard because I am really struggling with being a parent right now in the pandemic. I am so burned out. I just don't want to be a mom. I love my kids. I don't know if you feel this way about Kiwi, your 4-legged child.
Yeah. What's funny is I almost had a meltdown the other day when I was on a photo shoot. I was creative directing mm-hmm. for a model that I know, and which I really love doing now, but they wanted Kiwi to come.
Okay.
And I was like, she shouldn't come. I'm going to be all over the place. Like, we rented an El Camino. Like, we rented the half side of a hotel. They were like, oh, bring Kiwi or whatever. And someone else was going to bring their dog. And I'm like, okay, this is not a good idea, but I love dogs. So maybe this could work. Because I knew I was going to be running all over the place.
Yeah.
I was there, I'm not kidding you, 15 minutes with her ass. 15 minutes with Kiwi. She would not stop following me everywhere. Because it was like prepping the hotel to make it look like trashier and stuff like that. I was like, I can't. I'm taking her back home. I got in the car. I drove 30 minutes back just to drop her off. Then 30 minutes back. Junior's like, why didn't you come? Or why are you back? And I'm like, I can't do it. And that's a
Kiwi.
dog. That's not like a whole human being.
Imagine doing that, but it's also like, I love Bowie is in school now because I need help with, I'm a single mom. So,
yeah.
But it's just been like tough. I wish that if Bowie was getting on my nerves, I could just drop him off.
Yeah, go home.
So
Junior's like, why are you back? And I'm like,
it's so much work.
And he's like, I told you wouldn't like it there. And I'm like,
this is the issue. I need Junior in my life. And then I also wanted to discuss with you before we jump into other fun stuff, the TikTok challenges, the like viral challenges. I just did the silhouette challenge. You like, they are so much harder. You see them online and you're just like gagging.
Fun.
And then you try to like,
that's why I haven't done them.
But I was laughing because when I was looking at the footage, I'm like, I have to talk about this with Nadia because I was looking back at doing the silhouette challenge it's like this sexy, for people don't know, it's like this sexy challenge where, when you first look, you're in your robe or whatever, and then it transitions and it's just like a red background with just your silhouette.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I have to do it because God gave me all this titty and ass. What good is it if I don't do this TikTok challenge? And so my friend is on my bed, laid back, holding my phone so that I can see my silhouette. But she's like in the dark. And it was like the sexiest shot I did. I'm rewatching it, and Smokey, my cat.
Wait, I saw that. I love
that. Jumped up on my bed and was like,
really did.
Meow. And then it ran.
I laughed so hard that when I saw it in your stories. I haven't done any of those challenges yet.
So tell me what you're wearing today. What do you have on? What are you wearing?
I went to Target for you.
Oh, I don't know. Do I Target
last night at 9 p.m. because I don't ever wear pajamas.
What do you normally sleep in?
Nothing.
See,
I sleep naked. So I'm like, I guess I had to actually go get pajamas. So I ran to Target at 9 o'clock last night. And I was like, this robe is cute. I want to wear shorts.
Can you please tell my listeners what you were going to show up in? Originally, didn't you tell me you were just going to wear...
like a literal robe.
Yeah, with nothing.
But then I was like, that's really inappropriate because I knew there was going to be people here. So I was like...
my whole thing is I just want people to show up in their pajamas, and I hope one day that someone is nude.
Well, possibly.
I'm wearing a white bralette, no support at all, but I'm so comfortable. And I have a full, face beat because I was shooting something before this. And I'm wearing my F Your Beauty Standards lounge pants from my collab that we did last year. Mm-hmm. And I had to wear these because the last set that I was on ever, like before COVID, was my F Your Beauty Standards shoot with you. And Nadia was one of my models for that campaign. That was literally, it was such a fun campaign.
There were so many people there and it was so good.
I just can't believe, shoots aren't a thing anymore. Now I'm spiraling. So
but now there's this podcast. So there's that.
Now there's a podcast.
Yeah, there's a podcast.
Your life might be over, but no,
you have this.
So for our snacks and drinks today, because what slumber party is complete without snacks and drinks? So our drinks today, I was thinking, what would be a very Nadia snack and drink? I chose water. Because literally it's like you just drink water. It was either this or I was going to get Slurpees, but they would have melted.
I would have probably had diarrhea if you got me a Slurpee right now. But
I'm so glad that you're not, like, I usually am the person with diarrhea. So thank you for sharing that.
We have multiple. Yeah, we're here together.
I feel like the overlying theme of this episode today is solidarity, because that's what I'm feeling from you. And our snack for today.
You know what's funny is water is the only thing I drink, but I hate drinking water.
Really?
People force me to drink water.
I love
every
water.
single day.
I didn't know this.
I hate drinking water, but I force myself to.
Well, thank you for drinking
water.
Thank
you for forcing me to also drink more water. I appreciate it.
Because I love you.
And these watermelon Sour Patch, I have a whole family pack. I ate it in a week. I'm not joking.
First of all, watermelon Sour Patch are the most elite.
Have you tried the strawberry ones?
I have, but can I please show you our snack today?
She hid a little box back here.
Are you ready?
What is this?
Can
I guess? I haven't looked at the box, but I just see candy, so I know that's obviously
okay. Yes, you can guess.
Is it something with Swedish Fish? Is it a massive size?
Are you ready to see your snack?
I am. Wait, should we move this paper?
All right.
Oh my. What is a giant Amazon package? Amazon? Can we eat these now?
I mean, you can eat them. You just can't be chewing them on air. Isn't that mean?
My mouth is salivating.
You can open it and have one while I talk.
No, because you're gonna hear me smacking.
So tell everybody what this is.
It's a Swedish Fish, but many packets of Swedish Fish. How many is this?
It's 12.
12? A 12-pack of Swedish Fish.
Nadia, the last time we saw each other when we were on set, Nadia showed up. She got me Swedish Fish for my big day because it was like literally one of the biggest shoots of my career. And she showed up with a half-eaten bag of Swedish Fish.
It was just so hard. I was like, oh, I got you a gift for when I show up and half of them were eaten.
There were like 6 left.
I couldn't do the car ride all the way to, what was it, Venice?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
All right. So getting to the meat of today. Part of why Nadia is my guest today is because, as you guys know, I want to have guests that are actively doing their part to make the world a better place. And I know that I might be partial, but Nadia, I truly believe, has and continues to do phenomenal things to push things forward for everyone in countless different ways. So for those listening that don't know, tell us how you got started in the industry.
Oh my gosh, years ago, 2010, I just started taking pictures of myself and putting them on the internet. Back then, there was like no Instagram.
Yeah, girl. We're gonna talk about that.
I had
trust me.
Yeah, I had like Blogspot. I still have it.
Yeah,
but would post all the time on that and just take pictures of myself. Tumblr. Yeah, I did that whole situation and kind of made a name for myself in that kind of sense. And then that's really how it all started. And then I started doing modeling for like American Apparel, 17 magazine, and did what I had to do.
You did
what I had to do to get here, basically.
Well, that leads me into one of my other questions, because I was actually going to ask you something else, but it just jumps right into what I was saying. So when you started out blogging, it was really in the beginning, before verified check marks, when people literally still laughed at us for pursuing careers in the digital sphere.
Oh my God, all the time.
How has your career evolved? Because no one took us seriously. I started modeling in 2000, around the same time. 2010 was my first, I booked my first big job, and then,
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because I think about now when I used to go on the side of the street and take pictures of myself. Yeah. And then everybody's like, what is this bitch doing?
Yeah.
And then now
you can't even drive 2 blocks
without seeing somebody like TikToking. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, do what you have to do. I never make fun of people doing what they have to do.
Isn't it weird though that you just said that and I had an epiphany? Like you and I are around the same age, but I feel old as shit now because I've been doing it you've been doing this for over a decade.
Yeah, and in the past 2 years, I've been really just trying to find what avenue I'm going to take next. I've literally been like so sad about it. And I just started doing.
Why are you sad?
Just because I'm not as inspired as I used to be. And to the point of hate taking photos of myself now. Gosh. Like, just know if I took a picture of myself, I did not want to take that picture. I'm into videos now. I like videos and like having fun that way.
I really relate to that because I too I don't want to see photos of myself online. I don't want to see photos of myself. I don't enjoy taking photos. And it has nothing to do with the pandemic. I just think that my career has evolved past that.
Absolutely. And that's what it is. It's like there's so many other people who are excited about that, who are coming up underneath us that I would rather see them.
I feel the same way.
Them excel in that and do what they need to do while I continue on a different path, because there's only so much of doing the same thing over and over again someone can take. Like I've done the pictures and the blogs and I can't even tell you the last time I posted on my actual website.
I actually looked. You have not posted
oh my
on
God,
your
did you
website.
Look?
Yeah. Since but it wasn't bad. It was like August 2020.
Okay. And that's probably because I had to.
Yeah. But like you, my blog still exists, but I was never a blogger. You, but no, it's
been a long time. I don't have any fulfillment out of it. And I had it in a while and had spoken to a ton of people like, what should I do next? What's my next career path? And everybody's like, we can't figure that out for you. So I think the end of last year, I've sort of found something that worked for me. And I really want to step into like videos. So anything content wise that people reach out to me to work with me, I'm like, okay, but how can we make this into a video? So that's why.
But that's also the future of where social media is going.
Yeah.
I'm horrible at videos. I've got to step it up. But I want to ask because I feel like, you are gorgeous. You're also so goofy, which is part of why you're one of my favorite people in the world. But I feel like a lot of people wouldn't think or wouldn't know what a brilliant businesswoman you are because you really are you're such a brilliant businesswoman. And I want you to share the advice or I guess, it would be advice that you gave me literally years ago before I was signed to any agency.
Oh.
And I was having issues booking jobs and people taking me seriously. And what did you tell me to do?
I remember two things that I told you. Money and...
What did you tell me?
I told you to fake like you're your own manager.
She did. And what did it involve faking like I was my own manager? And I will tell you guys what she is about to tell you. No one would take me seriously. No one was booking me. No one would sign me to an agency. And I told Nadia, people are interested, but I don't know what to do. And if I email them myself,
the thing is with emailing them yourself is that it could potentially ruin the relationship you have with the brand. It's embarrassing to be like, hi, I deserve more money. Give me more money.
Yeah.
So I remember showing up on set to a brand and I was living in New York. I was living in Harlem. I was about to get evicted from my house. There was mushrooms growing in my ceiling. And I was on a breaking point of I can't allow this to happen to myself anymore. And I just gotten fired from my job as blogging for another company. And I was just you know what? Nobody wants to sign me. And I had to do what I had to do. And that was and it's so funny too. I picked a guy's name that could also be a girl's name. The name was Jordan. So it was is this a boy? Is this a girl? Because I'm well, they'll take the man more seriously.
Honestly, you were ahead of us crushing gender norms because you picked a gender neutral name and Jordan was the boss bitch that you needed.
Honestly. And I remember showing up to set and I got they first gave me $500. The CEO, when I was sitting there, was talking about him and his wife it was April. They had been on 7 vacations already. And I'm oh, these motherfuckers got money. Went back home. 3 months later, they hit me up. And I was hi, thanks so much for reaching out to Nadia. She would love working with you. Her rate for this is $3,000. And I got $3,000. I didn't get evicted from my house.
So Nadia's advice to me was create a fake email or not a fake email, a real email, or just respond to the email that so if my email was Tess Holiday, whatever, Jordan would respond to the email
1,000%
on my behalf. And I started doing it and I was booked and busy.
Yeah, booked and busy. Because it's have you ever seen that video of Nicki Minaj talking about the pickle juice?
I haven't.
Oh my God.
What did she say?
She's just talking about how she shows up on set and if it was Lil Wayne who was there talking about, I need more money or I'm being a boss. People looked at him oh, I'm a boss. But because it's Nicki Minaj and she's a female, they look at her oh, she's a bitch and assertive.
Absolutely.
So she said that she showed up to a photo shoot. They didn't have things she wanted and nothing was right. And she was like, if you put pickle juice on the table and you accept pickle juice, she's like, right now I'd be drinking the pickle juice. And that shit always sticks in my head. I make everybody watch that video because I always think like if you set a standard for yourself, that's how other people are going to treat you.
Absolutely. But also by pushing by pushing brands and stuff further. Actually, Gabby told me this. One of Nadia's really good friends, who is also a blogger. Well, I mean, she does a bunch of stuff, but anyway, Gabby had always demanded higher rates because she knew that would push it forward for everybody else.
You have to. So like even doing outlandish rates is because somebody who has half the following under me, they can now demand more, but it's always a problem when they take really low rates because then it sets the tone for everybody else.
It does. And it also messes you up. I feel like I could talk about this all day, but I want to know, what are some misconceptions that people have had about you, and what has it been like growing up on social media?
Misconceptions are that like I'm always happy and I'm always confident. That's not true.
It's
at all. And I felt guilty at some point in my life because I'm like, all these people look up to me because I'm so confident, but I'm not that all the time.
You are literally known for being confident, for being happy, for being just like, that's your thing. You're always just like the confident badass, but like chill.
Yeah, I'm very much so that. Like what you see on the internet is very much what 100%. I am in real life. But I have like sad days and bad days and times that I get upset. But probably that will be another misconception. I feel like there's some...
I mean,
that I'm always confident and happy is like the main thing. Or I'm like, or it's easy, the shit that we do. It is so hard.
Yeah.
I get it. Like in reality of the grand scheme of things, I always like will humble myself and tell myself like what people have to do in order to get some of the money we make. We have to like check ourselves.
Yeah.
But also like it goes back to setting the tone. If you don't set the tone, you can't do that for the people who are underneath you, who aren't at that level yet of success, who are going to get there. If I set the tone, it'll set the tone for them.
So what do you do when you're feeling down? I feel like it's important to talk about because your social media has always been really transparent and you've always been really good at like, but I mean, you don't share everything. You're not an overshare. I'm an overshare.
I don't overshare. I've learned to cut it back.
Yes.
And I've gotten, in my past relationship, I probably had like one other relationship on the internet and that went downhill. So it's like ever since then, I've sort of
put boundaries in place. Yeah,
put boundaries in place and not overshared. But what do I do when I'm sad? I sit in a corner and I cried.
You FaceTime me on the toilet.
Well, I like being alone when I'm sad. And I really usually just need like a day or two to just like, what I do is I throw myself into work more. I know that sounds horrible.
I wish I was like that, but this is why you're a brilliant businesswoman and I could be a more brilliant businesswoman.
I hate taking like vacations and relaxing. I just can't.
Wow.
It's really bad. You're like,
I'm like, oh, next question. I know you do, but but your work ethic is part of what inspires me and I know inspires a lot of people because you grew up in South Florida.
I love Florida.
And
I don't love Florida. I love it, but I don't.
I mean, listen, I'm a Mississippi girl. I love Mississippi, but also you could not pay me to move back there. Also, please don't go to Florida. I have attachment issues. But you grew up in South Florida. Your parents could not be any different. It could not be more different. Tell your mom that I love her.
I'm going to text her right now. She just texted me before here.
I love your mom. Tell your dad's eyebrows I said hello.
Yes.
That I miss them. So what was it like growing up with those two environments? Because I know, even though I've never met Nadia's parents in real life, and I have to change that one day because Nadia's parents are just as supportive of Nadia's friends. Nadia has like 3 friends and I'm one of them.
I really don't have a lot of friends.
Well, no, that just means you keep your circle tight. I need to be better about that.
And it's also a lot of energy.
It is a lot of energy. Damn, I didn't think about that. Here I am interviewing you and I'm like, you're right though.
It's a lot to keep up with.
Why do I do it?
I mean, I'm sure you love people. You love those people. My thing is like, I only let people in a certain amount. And then when you get there, I like love you forever. You
do.
So that's it.
So
I have friends, but not like close friends.
You do. So what was it like growing up with your
You know what's
parents?
funny is like I used to have my dad come on field trips with me. Like we went on a mud walk. I don't know why that was a thing in school. Mud walks. We walk in the mud. It would like be up to your knees. Anyway,
chaotic.
He came, and then when he left the next day, like when I came back to school the next day, people were making fun of his accent, and I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? He doesn't have an accent. I was like in the 3rd grade. I didn't know. Like I'm just like, he doesn't have an accent. That's his voice. But in my head, that's what I grew up with. That's what I know.
Yeah.
And my mom, they're like both super hard workers. It's where I get it from.
Yep.
They like, my dad came over here, like helped his family come over here, sacrificed a lot, and, just did what he had to do to be here.
Yeah.
And my mom was like damn near valedictorian. She's like Miss Junior West Virginia.
Of course she was. Of course
she was Miss Junior West Virginia. And she just like straight A's and stuff, like super hard worker.
So that's where you get it from.
Yep.
I didn't know. That was my question I had to put in because I was curious. And I also remember a few years ago that you traveled over to Lebanon.
The homeland.
And I want you to talk about that because I know that it had like a big impact on you. And you have been really vocal on social media about what's been happening there over the years. And I know a lot of people appreciate it.
Yeah. I went there because I just was so taken back by like the media and how much they don't talk about things that are actually happening. And they still do that with American news or whatever. But you never really hear what goes on in the Middle East because everyone's so like demonized that you just sort of don't hear the truth of it. And there were so many refugees after what happened in Syria. So I just wanted to go there and see like firsthand the things that, I mean, it was completely eye-opening. It changed my whole perspective of everything. And I came back like a whole new person, and I got to hear stories and see some of the things they're going through and like try to bring awareness to what's happening. And there's other celebrities too, like who just like, there's Ben Stiller, Angelina Jolie.
Oh, I've never heard of those people.
But they vocally like speak about, what's going over there. And it's great because they have way larger platforms than me. But, and then I got to see family when I was there too.
Was Junior with you when you did that trip? When you traveled over there? Or did you go by yourself?
I was still with an ex then. I was with my ex right before.
Okay, because now I feel like I'm jumping around, but I actually wanted to, I feel like we've talked about him so much, but I wanted to talk about your relationship because you guys have been together. My notes said 600 years. We know now, we know now that you've been together for 6 years,
5-ish, 5.5,
6 years. And, and you have spent so much time together. My first question is, when are you guys getting married, and can I be a bridesmaid?
Yes, we're gonna get married.
But that's not a real question. But honestly, like, how do you? I guess I just need advice because I've never dated before. All of my, as you know, my 2 relationships, well, 3.
You really never dated before.
I haven't. The 3 actual relationships that I was in before. One was like for a month, but I'm still counting it. They were all long distance because I had an intimacy avoidance issue that I have discovered. And now the person that I am kind of like, dating, they live in LA. So I'm like actually dating now. And I just feel like I don't know. You and Junior have literally traveled the world. You guys have moved literally
70 million times.
1,000 times.
Yes. Yeah.
I need secrets. You guys have great communication.
We really have great communication. And we learn, like, he's really helped me and I've helped him because he'll just go silent. He used to go silent when I'd speak. And then when I used to talk to him, if I couldn't communicate something and he wouldn't react, like he wouldn't speak back, I would lose my shit. Like I would be angry, It's very similar here. But so he taught me how to calm down, and then I taught him to speak more. And now it's like nothing. It's like just, there's no arguments. If there's a disagreement here and there, I'm just like, hi, I don't like that. And then he'll be like, okay, I'll change that. Or it won't happen again. It's just, you just don't, once you love somebody so much, you're just kind of like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to sit here and argue with you,
I love that.
That's good.
I feel like what I'm learning from you also, other than solidarity, is boundaries.
Oh,
I need to be better at boundaries.
Boundaries. One time recently, we're sitting inside of a parking lot and Flower District.
Okay.
And I'm talking about me and you.
Oh, yeah. No,
and we just spoke for like 2 hours about boundaries.
Well, because I hadn't seen Nadia in a minute, obviously because of COVID. Nadia is living in LA for a few months. I'm trying to get her to stay here forever, but
very true.
And we met at the Flower District because I needed, she showed me the spot to get flowers for my place. But Nadia and I talked about boundaries because I am not great at them.
Yeah, boundaries are really important. And I just, I'm 32 now, but just last year, right when COVID hit, I started talking to a therapist. But I haven't spoken to her in months because she's a Florida one. So she can't do it you can't do it in California and be a Florida licensed. But yeah, she's just like, okay, well, you need to just set boundaries. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like easier said than done, Kathy.
Yeah. Wait. Oh my God, I think I forgot her name. That's how bad. But yeah, boundaries are super important.
So I have a few, I kind of jumped all over the place because I could literally talk to you forever and we will talk forever.
That's true.
How have you seen the industry change since you started? And I understand. I hate when people ask me this question.
It's so funny. I love that you know that what I'm already thinking.
I know. I already know. And I already know that you're going to hate me asking, what do you think we need to do to push towards more diversity? But the reason I do want to ask you this is because when Nadia started blogging and modeling, and I mean, you have literally designed multiple collections. You've been a creative director on multiple shoots that you weren't even a part of. I've creative directed shoots that it was my campaign or my shoot. You just do that for other brands and people because it's how your beautiful brain works.
Yeah. I really enjoy doing creative stuff.
You're so good at it. And I don't know why, again, we're going
to prep that.
Here we are. But I wanted to ask you because, how you feel like things have evolved. Because when you started out, you got bullied a lot because you were what the industry calls an in-between size.
Yeah.
And I'm fat as shit. So I was plus size, and you bordered on plus size, but you've always been in that in-between space. And I feel like, I feel like you know this, you've always advocated for the in-betweeners. So, I just want you to talk about that for a little bit and kind of where you've seen it go. And, I feel like you're kind of bored of it.
No, it's always interesting to see people's takes on it and stuff because when I first started blogging, I was like a true size 10, 12. Mm-hmm. And people would still call me fat and plus and all this shit. And I'm just like, I'm confused because it was a confusing situation, And it was so strange being put. I'll never forget this one blog guy wrote a thing about me. And he literally said,
I'm so excited.
I literally built like a fridge, I swear. I thought to myself, this is the craziest shit. It was so crazy to read it about myself because I'm like,
but also
I was just thinking, imagine how other people feel when they see people making fun of me. You know what I mean? I grew up fat, so it's I knew what it was like to be bullied majority of my life, and I don't know.
But I feel like you were in a delicate balance because you weren't exclusively visibly plus size, but you're not skinny. So you were in this you still are, but now you've made it very clear and the industry has also evolved to a place where I feel like it doesn't really matter as much. But I remember distinctively.
Regular fashion brands wouldn't take me because I was too fat. Mm-hmm. And then I wasn't plus enough to be considered plus. So I was always in this weird limbo where I had to kind of finesse brands, Yeah. But all I really wanted to do was make clothes for plus that were more accessible because there were no options. Yep. And I could walk into a Forever 21, the top would fit, but a bottom wouldn't. Mm-hmm. And so I grew up not being able to have options. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to set the tone and make it so that clothing brands do push the fashion trends and creative aspect forward instead of just having all black outfits.
Yes.
That look like trash bags.
Yes. Butterfly prints.
It kills me.
But versus like you saying all that now, and it's funny, I'm listening to you, but like we are not even in that space anymore.
That's why it's like and it's funny because I stopped doing interviews for so long because I was sick of the same questions of.
Oh God, I'm like
no. I like this question and it makes sense coming from you, but from like magazines who are like, well, what can we do? Like
they don't actually care though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
it's completely different. And all I can really do is continue doing what I do.
Which is what?
Like, I did the thigh-high boots.
You did. I also just remember that you were like the first plus size person on the cover of like a
Women's Running.
Yeah.
There was a plus size girl before me.
Was there?
I'm pretty sure.
Well,
the year before me.
She doesn't. No, I'm just kidding. She matters. I'm just kidding. Whoever. No.
I think that there was somebody before me, but I was
But
one
it was so revolutionary.
Yeah. And I was one of the first when I came out with my collection with Boohoo to do a clothing line that was accessible in larger sizes and was fashionable outside of what everybody else was doing. And
you were also the first to do thigh-high boots for plus size bodies.
Yeah. Wait.
Who else? Who did it?
Lashane had one pair of thigh-high boots with her Jeffrey Campbell's.
You were the first one that did a bit like a big...
Oh, like a capsule? Yeah.
Yes, like a capsule.
But... Yes. And it's going to continue being that because I'm going to continue pushing. And that's like what we need to see.
We do.
And I don't know. I just,
You're just going to keep killing it?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep trying to push and make, I'm not the best person to speak on everybody's behalf. I just sit here quietly now and I just design dope shit. And I consult for people.
But you're smart. Again,
No, I mean you're the talker who advocates, and I like talking in the sense of to the person and like motivational speaking them.
You're good at it.
Yeah, because if I can instill in them the confidence that they need to do what they need to do, then I'd rather do that behind the scenes. Because again, I'm tired of taking photos of myself and I'm tired of blogging. So that's why it's like I'd rather go into an avenue that makes sense for me.
Do you watch New Girl?
No.
You're like Cece. You're like Cece and New Girl because she starts Cece's Boy. Is it like Cece's Boys or Cece's? It's her modeling agency that she does for like.
Oh, really?
She creates a modeling agency because she's like basically tired of it.
Yeah, it's like I just like helping people, and I want to start doing more videos. That's like what I want to do.
Listen, bitch, everyone gets it. We're taking over the world video storm after this, me and you.
It's going to be amazing.
It will be. Did you ever imagine that and I have one more question after this. Mm-hmm. Did you ever imagine that you would have the life that you did now?
You know what's funny is I never really thought it would be like this, but when I was younger, I used to definitely interview myself.
Oh my God, me too.
Wait, you did too? I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
Why did I think I was going to be, literally when I was little, I was like, I'm going to be famous. My mom bought me one of those grow your own Oscars and you put it in water and it grows to like a large size.
I'm going to go buy myself that now. I did not know about that. For you. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I used to ask myself like interview questions in the mirror all the time. Like,
what did little Nadia ask herself when you were little?
First off, it wasn't that little. It was like a teenager. Okay. And I don't know, just like, what did you do to get here and this and that or whatever. Like, I did not think, though, on this level at all. Yeah. Like 1,000%.
I mean, you manifested it.
I did.
I believe that.
I think so.
All right. Are you ready for our game, Nadia?
I'm ready.
You're ready? All right. So we are going to play Truth or Dare.
Oh, no. Okay, good. I trust you.
Well, you shouldn't trust me because because I asked my fans to submit the question.
Where? I always watch your stories.
I mean, listen, I'm a sneaky bitch. Kasem Ago asked, what's the weirdest place or situation that you've been turned on?
The first thing I thought of when you said that is Junior's probably going to hate me for saying this, but Oh my God. We like haven't told anybody this.
I'm so excited right now. I'm like shaking.
Speaking of Target.
Okay.
We did it inside of a Target dressing room.
Oh, no, you didn't.
It was, I don't know how or why.
What
in the beginning of our relationship.
What were you trying on?
Nothing. I had flown from LA to see him in Miami. And we were going to plan to like go to the clubs afterwards, whatever. We don't club anymore or whatever. But in the beginning.
What's a club? They're all closed.
Exactly. But we hadn't seen each other in like a month or so. And then we had to go to Target because I was like, I can't show up to the club in my outfit from the airplane. So I had to go to Target. Just like I couldn't show up here today without hitting up Target.
I mean, honestly, maybe Target will sponsor you because that's how we all live our lives. I have never had sex in a dressing room, but not that you asked me. The weirdest place I've been turned on, and I'm so sorry, Mom. So sorry. Was a church bus on the way to a youth convention.
What?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
My mom was a chaperone on that trip.
Oh, no.
It was, I mean, I saw Jesus that day for sure.
I'm done.
Okay.
That was the truth.
Truth or dare again?
Okay. Dare. What's the dare? I never do dare. As a kid, I always did truth.
This one's from Sun and Stars 24. Eat an entire bag of Swedish fish in 30 seconds.
Oh, in 30 seconds?
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
I could try to do it.
I'm getting my phone.
Please record it.
All right.
I'm going to get diarrhea.
Well, I only know that it's a timer.
Who's clocking the 30 seconds?
I'm about to start right 3, 2, 1. It's so chaotic. She has shoved a whole mouth.
It's so big.
Honestly, you're killing it. You still have 15 seconds left.
I'm like halfway through the bag.
You're killing it.
I do this like every Saturday.
But all right, now you're running out of time. 10, 9, 8, 7.
I am hungry.
I honestly am about to piss myself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys, I literally think I might have pissed myself, and I'm so sorry.
There's only like 6 left. These were good ones.
I'm so turned on by you right now.
I need some water.
We have time. As you drink, we have one more. We have time for one more question.
It's definitely truth.
Okay. So truth. Joel Ortiz asked, how many times have you peed in a swimming pool, international and domestic?
Well, I pee at the beach all the time. That's different. The whales do it. The fish do it. You know, same thing. The pool, maybe like once every 5 years.
I love you.
Every 5 years.
No one asked me. I've peed in so many pools.
I don't want to get up. As long as I do like a little test to make sure it's not purple around me.
Shut up.
I swear. And I used to never want to pee at the beach, like in the water, because I always thought something would like
get up and swim in there. Yeah, same.
But
why is that a fear that we have?
I don't know. I think I read it somewhere in an article and I was like, oh, I'm not peeing in the ocean again.
Never.
You know?
Thank you for being such a good sport and doing that.
You're welcome.
I truly know how much not that I needed you to prove your love for me.
Yeah.
But thank you for being so selfless
of course.
and sacrificing yourself.
Imagine this being selfless.
I can't wait to send that video to Junior. So my last question before we go is I want to know, how did you show your self-love today?
I woke up this morning and I went to physical therapy. And I swear I told my physical therapist, because I always am like, hi, can I reschedule? Can I reschedule?
Yeah.
And he's like, I brought my dog today for you. Like, he has a dog named Lola. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wake up early, and I was going to cancel today because I'm like, oh, I had to do like my hair and my makeup or whatever and get cute for tests and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I am going to show up at physical therapy because my back is always messed up. And I literally said to my physical therapist that I was going to reschedule on his ass and Lola, the dog. But I didn't because I need to start working on myself. And like I do so much for everybody else that I forget to take care of myself. And that's what I did today. I made sure that I took care of myself first and then did what I needed to do.
I love that. And I also think that it's vital and so important as you know, this is how I feel. And I know you feel the same way too. If you aren't looking after yourself, then you can't
do for others.
Can't do anything. Yeah. You're just basically useless.
Yeah. But no, you know what's funny is that I actually do really well doing for others, so I don't have to deal with my own shit.
Oh, girl, bitch, I'm the queen of that.
That's my shit. Yes. I love to see that for myself, but I know it's horrible.
Well, your friends hate to see it. Yeah. So just get it together. Go to physical therapy.
I know. Go to physical therapy.
Give me his name and put us in a group chat.
Okay, I'll tell him.
No, but I get it. It's hard to look after yourself, but I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it's hard, but here we go.
Here we go. We doing it.
I know.
So the overall theme for today, I feel like, because we've covered a lot today, we have talked about, basically looking after yourself, how important boundaries are, making sure you communicate what you need with your partner.
Faking your own manager.
I want to thank Nadia for being my guest today, and I appreciate you immensely. Where can our followers find you on social media?
I'm going to spell it because it's really Arab.
When I learned how to pronounce your name, I felt like I had won an Oscar.
I was going to say the Grammy that.
Yeah. Like grow your own Grammy.
Grow your own Grammy. It's Nadia Aboulhosn, Nadia Aboulhosn. Mm-hmm. And I only have Instagram really, and TikTok is Nadia SZN. I only do TikTok and Instagram now.
That's fine. We'll find you. We'll stalk you.
I still need to do the Busted Challenge. I have yet to do it.
Why don't we do it together?
Okay, we probably should.
I need help.
I told my physical therapist that I need to stretch more so that I can do the Busted Challenge.
Let's do it. I'm a hot Pilates junkie, so I'm ready.
I got a Pilates machine thing at my house. I went and got one. I went and bought one, but
you'll get it. Thank you to everyone at home at your own slumber party for listening. But remember, if you were listening to this episode, you can also check us out on YouTube so you can see my pajamas and Nadia's and my cool setup at the studio. Or if you were watching this episode, you can listen to us anywhere you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to rate and review, like, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thanks.
I love that. You're the only one who could get that Target thing out of me, by the way. I would never.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. Thank you.